It's been great to see these tiny 5 Kestrel chicks being brought up so well by the Fotherdail pair of Kestrels. The female's carefully brooding them at these early stages, and when she's off the nest for the short periods of time, they tessellate really carefully together to stay warm. The male and female have 2 very distinct roles. The male's job is to hunt and bring in as much food as possible, and the female's role is to care for the chicks and feed them very carefully. When the female's feeding the chicks, it's a very orderly process. The chicks are almost lined up and individually tit-bit fed by the female with small morsels of food. If the piece is too big, she eats it herself, and the rest of the prey is shared equally between the chicks. After the chicks are fed, I love the moment she goes back to brooding them. She ruffles her feathers and snuggles down on them. The prey here that the Kestrels are bringing in is mainly small rodents, but the male will never pass an opportunity of catching something else, like a small rat. And you can tell this is a young rat by the thickness of its tail and the size of its feet. A meal like this will last for several feeds, and when she's finished feeding them, she caches the remaining prey in the corner of the nest, like a larder. The female had a lot of conflict with jackdaws and tawny owls while she was on eggs, and now she's got these precious chicks, she's extra vigilant. At night the tawny owls are still around, so the female needs to be still on guard. When the chicks are just 4 days old, you can visibly see how much they've grown. They're looking much more alert and sitting more upright and following the movements of the female, and they look clearly hungry. At 5 days old, the chicks can go for longer periods of time without the female needing to brood them. They're getting so big now, she's struggling to fit them underneath her. And there's been some really unusual prey items brought in. One day I saw them bring in a common lizard, and this would be a really protein-packed meal. And another time, the female brings in an adult male blackbird, and the feathers just carpet the nest. And soon the chicks are taking in bigger pieces of food and even squabbling over it. By 1 week old, the chicks are getting too big to brood, and she has to splay her wings to cover them, and one night she actually lost her balance and fell over the front of them. I can't wait to share the next few weeks with you, as the chicks start to develop and grow their feathers and building their muscle tone ready for fledging.